John Eats Cheap, ready to do an unboxing. Mrs. Cheap and I had to get a new ice maker. This goes back, our refrigerator freezer does like 8 really tiny cubes and it takes like 2 hours to make 8 cubes. We both use a lot of ice. We use mugs with a lot of ice. So we need an ice maker. A lot of people have noticed it in the background here, said, "Oh, what's your ice maker? What's your ice maker?" So I told them, we had one that we used for years that we loved. It finally died, so we bought a new one. A Frigidaire, we thought that's a pretty big name, Frigidaire. So we bought it and had nothing but problems with it. It was horrible to clean. It made noises like it was grinding and breaking down. We contacted Frigidaire and they said, "Oh, we don't handle that," or they just put our name on it, but we don't do any of so you're out of luck. And we got nowhere. I mean, we sent them video of it and sound of it grinding and making noises and just got nowhere. They wouldn't do anything. And it finally died. So we said, you know what? We're going to order a new one. So we went on a search, watched some videos, read some reviews. We found one that was fairly cheap. I think it was 89 bucks.
That sounds right.
And it had over 25,000 reviews. And it was 4.5 stars. We have noticed one thing. I think all ice makers make 26 pounds of ice in 24 hours and 9 cubes. So 26 pounds per day, it says right there, ice making rate. So let's get this out of here. It's a box in a box. This is the one we found that looked like the best for us. I've got the odd instructions on the back, or the odd name. Where's the name? Doesn't even say.
I don't see a name.
I don't see a name. It was like ice salt.
We'll put a link in the.
Okay, yeah, but boy, this is odd. They don't even put their name on it. Huh. All right. I hope this is what we ordered. I'm not so sure right now. I guess when you order from Amazon, you don't know what you're going to get or where it's coming from. All right. Oh, this is going to be let me get this pulled out and then we'll get going here. All right, so I got it out of the box. Get the styrofoam off.
Does it say the name?
I don't even know if this is what we ordered. This is really weird. It looks like what we ordered, but there's no name on it. It just says Ice Maker, Machine and Glaçons. This is so weird. All right, let me get the rest of the plastic off and we'll try and get going here. All right, so Mrs. Cheap looked up the name Silonn, Silonn. Is that right?
Yes.
Like I said, over 25,000 reviews. It doesn't have the name anywhere on it. But it looks like all ice makers kind of look the same. They have the bin and the scoop and the reservoir. This looks just like our last one. We have to let it set upright for 24 hours before we make any ice. So I'm going to have to go to Casey's again tomorrow and get another bag of ice. But whatever. So then we will continue with the setup and see how it works. I know it's got to be better than that other one. More to come. All right, so the new ice maker, we let it set 24 hours, like they said. Then we started making ice. I made 6 batches of ice and threw them all out. They suggested 4. I did 6 because I'm, a little extra that way. And so now we started making ice. And first thing I noticed is this thing is much quieter than our previous Frigidaire, which, as I said, we learned wasn't actually Frigidaire. This is the Silonn, which you'd never know by looking at the front because their name, I don't get it. We had a Frigidaire on the front, but they were like, "Oh, that's not ours." We just gave them the name. And now we have a Silonn, which doesn't have the name on it. But I'm happy with it so far. It has a nice little handle here for the ice. And as you can see, the ice, nice reservoir, nice tubed ice like that. It's exactly what we wanted, and it was, I mean, for an ice maker, it was cheap for 89 bucks. Even has a self-clean feature, which we will use probably about every 3 weeks or so. But we're happy to have ice again.
Yay!
John Eats Cheap.